is Kibaki did not want us to talk about...
Sorry, but I think it is proper to say that now they are entering Karatina town. As you can see, this is now Karatina town. Would you want to confirm that, Professor Chege?
I have to take a quick look.
And find out, because
once you pass the railway line, then
then we're in Karatina.
Have we passed the railway?
Right.
And they have stopped.
I think it's that bump.
It's the bumps again?
Maybe it has.
This is the second incident that they've witnessed so far.
There's a bump there at Karatina which is very, very bad. Maybe it has held the undercarriage of the of the vehicle.
Yeah, because I can see in the background there, that is what we used to call the Karatina cinema. Behind there, a long time ago, before movie theaters became a thing of the past.
Yeah.
I know you can relate to that very well. But I think there's a challenge
there's a high school somewhere. I think it is the undercarriage which is being affected by those.
Yeah, which is having a challenge.
Engineer, there is something quite peculiar here. This is the second time that they're having a stop.
Yes.
And from your engineering perspective, you said that a speed bump should slow you down, not make you stop. This is the second time it's happening.
Yes.
Perhaps on a national television and talk to the road engineers, your colleagues, people who are taking construction of these roads. This is a clear picture of what is happening out there to the common mwananchi, because you've had many people say, I go to the village and when I come back, I have to change my suspension because of such. What did you tell the road engineers out there?
The road engineers know exactly what they are supposed to do. But when any contractor who comes to pull the bump, you know they are paid on the material used. Yeah?
All right.
The quantity.
Brian, do you get the point?
The quantity. So when the contractors come,
yes,
the quantity,
you use,
the more they use,
the more they are paid.
The more they are paid.
The more you are paid.
Yeah, the more you are paid. That's what they look at.
Yes.
So when the engineer comes to do the need to calculate the quantity used,
right,
the contractor will have used, and he will be paid for what he has been used. So you find now some bumps are so big, and the contractor has paid more money. So another one which is smaller, the contractor got less money.
Yes.
So it's a question of the small corruption there going on. Now you find all engineers know that the speed bumps are supposed to slow vehicles, not to stop. And over the years, because of the development of the vehicles, most of the vehicles are now coming and they are lower. Every time they are lower.
Exactly.
Lower. Right. So you find the speed bump that we used to have pickups and these vehicles they were tropical vehicles with high suspension. They used to go over those bumps easily. But now it has changed. Like you can see the Hasna here. The Jaguar.
This is embarrassing.
It is an embarrassment. Because this is the second time that one it will stop at the bump there, and this is the second bump it is stopping.
But I think what we are just doing here is just we are just speculating that it's an issue of bumps because it's yet to be confirmed. Because probably maybe they could also be stopping maybe for health break or something like that.
You don't stop at nowhere.
Or maybe they are just, well, I'm just also speculating. I cannot confirm these.
You see, if they were speaking to people, if they stop to speak to people, people come, it is different. Even if it is a health issue, they would go in somewhere where, not a shopping center, where it is open, where somebody can go and, But now where they are stopping, you can see there is a problem.
There's a problem there.
And the problem, I maybe can assume it is because of the bump, probably. Because it's not a health break there. There's no hotel there. There are the people, there are even no people there, crowding there to be talked to. So maybe our assumption might be right about the issue of the bump.
All right. On your left is the procession to Othaya, and on the right of on your screen is what is happening at the Othaya approved school in Nyeri County. I can see Kisumu Governor Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, who was actually the Minister for Planning during Kibaki'S tenure. And next to him is Nakuru Governor Lee Kenyanjui there. I mean, let me hear your thoughts, Professor Chege. I know you worked with Nyong'o closely.
Let me finish my point.
Okay.
What I was talking about, the thinking of the president when he endorsed us with the issue of the infrastructure. I was saying there's something that people don't know. The issue of President Mwai's residence in Cabinet Gardens. The one with that house.
The house that is just next to Kibera.
It was the vice president's official residence.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the deputy governors during the colonial period.
Yeah. So when Mwai became the vice president, that's where he resided.
Yeah.
So when Kibaki
was there a presidential house?
It's a state house.
State house.
Yes. So when
he opted to live in the vice president's house.
He's decided to be there when he became president. So when Kibaki took over, naturally the president the former president should have vacated, and the vice president should occupy the house. But Kibaki did not want to look like he is harassing the former president. So when he called us, me and Laila, about that issue, he made his, because the housing docket was under the ministry, he made it very clear that that house, the government is going to bestow that house to the former president for good. So that's how that house became Mwai's house. Even to today. It's not government house.
But it was a public house.
It was a public house. It was government house for the vice president. So that's what happened. And that's why we now conceived building a residence for the vice president in Karen. So that's the thinking of the president. That's how the president was very careful, not vindictive about the former president. He did not want anything about the former president to be brought in anywhere. And even those people
to create that animosity.
And those people who thought that they could even sue the former president for some things, Kibaki did not want to hear those nonsense. He did not want to hear. And not at any time did you hear President Kibaki talking about Mwai and attesting failures of Kenya to the former president. And he said, now, for you, continue with what we are going to deliver. Forget about the past. And I think he had a lot of trust, especially for me. He trusted me. That's why I remained there for 5 years. Laila left in 2005 after the referendum. And Nyashai came. Nyashai was having his health problems. So for those 5 years, Kibaki had my trust. When I lost the election in 2007, because of the continuity of what you are doing, he took me to Kenya National
Highways Authority, as a chairperson.
I was not the chair, but we were the pioneer. That's when we formed Kenya. We were the pioneer board, but I was the only person who knew exactly what wanted to be done.
Very well.
So we went and formed Kenya. Not forgetting that when I was the assistant minister, that's when we had the 3 road boards. The Roads Act is when we enacted it. So I was fully aware of what President wanted the boards to do, those boards.
Sorry, but I can see, I think, the wheels have started already, and now they are on the way to Nyeri. Well, they've stuck there for almost 10 minutes now.
Exactly.
I'm just wondering now. They were expected to be in Othaya at 10. If this was to continue, then they're likely to take a bit of time, on the highway.
Yeah.
We are yet to understand what exactly was happening there. Whether it was an issue of the Jaguar car that is carrying the casket, or maybe it was a question of consultations. But of importance is the fact that now they're on the way, and let's hope that they wouldn't have to stop again. And we continue to give you this coverage. This is Kibaki'S final lap.